I purchased some years ago a copy. I don't
Mm.
have the cover here, but called The Philosophy of the Church Fathers.
Yeah.
So just type in The Philosophy of the Church
Absolutely.
Fathers, Faith, Trinity, Incarnation. I believe this is volume 1. This is one of the most incredible works I've seen. It's from 1956, but still very much relevant. Can even download it as a PDF. It was written by a famous Harvard professor, as you
Yep.
can see there, Harry Wolfson, scholar, philosopher, historian, a
Mhm.
Judaic Study Center here in the U.S. So
Yes.
this was no, no drive-by
No amateur. There's a
amateur
picture of
guy.
him.
This book is very important. It details this history. Again, don't
Absolutely.
believe us. This man was, I'm assuming, a Protestant, and I'm assuming
Probably.
a Trinitarian, probably. But these are just interesting works by people who did this for their whole lives, and they just give you a lot of history
Mm.
and a lot of information that your local church or local pastor might otherwise not be maybe even privy to. So
That's exactly
a
right.
lot of people are working out of ignorance.
They
Be
are.
fair to
It's a
them.
wonderful resource you've got up there on the screen. Wonderful.
This book is an excellent read. I highly
Yep.
recommend it. And again,
Right.
this book is now free. This is one of the most
Yes, good.
excellent books I have read, certainly,
Good
that
resource.
educated me into the influence of
Yep.
Greco-Roman philosophy. And that's what the good Dr. Wolfson
Yep.
is talking about when he mentions the word
Absolutely.
philosophy of the church
Mm.
fathers, who were mostly men influenced by what's known as Neoplatonism, a new
Absolutely.
form of Plato, who
Yep.
taught about the logos as a second person and
Mm.
so on. This is a very important work, and we'll
Yep.
end it, Anthony, with a
Yeah.
quote from this one, where
Okay.
he tells us about the origin of the Trinity. And his belief, Dr. Wolfson, as after decades of working on this, it's a solution by harmonization, an attempt to combine, as Gregory of Nyssa or Nyssa, who was one of the so-called Cappadocian father,
Yep.
characterizes it, the monotheism of the Jews and the polytheism of the Greeks. The method of harmonization used by them, the church fathers, was to thin down, listen to this, thin
Marvelous.
down the Jewish monotheism as a concession. They
Yep.
gave it up to Greek
Yep.
philosophy. A Harvard professor in the 1950s writing about this
Yep.
history. This is history, folks. Don't believe me. Don't believe Anthony Buzzard.
Right.
Don't believe Del Tuggy, other friends out there doing this.
Right.
But just get some education, because you must know who your God is. If you don't know
Mhm.
who God is, if you don't know who your Lord, the one you call Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ is, if you don't know him, I believe that's not going to be beneficial to you.
Great quote. We'll use that quote every week.